All right, we have head UTSA women's basketball coach Karen Aston's weekly media availability the week of February 10th, 2025. Roadrunners coming off a pair of victories over North Texas and Wichita State last week. This week they'll take on East Carolina Wednesday at the Convocation Center, Black History Month game, and on Saturday they'll host Memphis, a Valentine's game, and a salute to first responders. Coach, who could start us off with an opening statement, then we'll open it up to questions using the raise hand function.
Yeah, I think it sort of sounds like a broken record right now, but it's a big week for us. We're counting down the days of how many home games we have left, and really looking forward to being back in the combo. And these are two really big games we have coming up, as is really everything now. We're at a point now where every game is really critical, as they have been the whole time. Proud of our resiliency at Wichita State, but obviously I think we all know that we need to play a little bit better than we did up there. But it's tough to win on the road. Everybody's fighting for something, and I was proud that we were able to pull the win out.
John?
Coach, I think back to the game-winning block that Sydney had, and when you sort of look back at how you built this program and how you got from when you started to where you are now, how important was the commitment, the signing of Sydney to where you are today?
I think it was really big just to be able to get one of a couple of local products to buy in really, really early. One that I think was very well respected in the community and had been on a winning program. They really had a great run her senior year, and just to be able to get someone to really make. I mean, she spoke it. She spoke it as far as wanting to help UTSA be better. I think she didn't come here thinking, oh, I'll just go for a year and then jump ship. I mean, I think everybody knew that she was committed to helping us be better, and it just sort of dominoed as far as the class that she came in with. I think they all bought into that, and she's been the lead in that area.
Gary?
Coach, you're 20-3, and being around y'all this year, I know you want your players to kind of enjoy this ride while they've got it going like this. But I was also wondering, how do you balance that? Because, you've got this, like you call this the February grind, and you've got this grind going every day. How do you balance, you want your kids to enjoy it on one hand, but they've got to get in the gym and focus on individual improvement and the game plan and all that. How do you balance all that at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think it's really tough, to be honest with you, Jerry. It's kind of a feel. I think this particular team seems to do better when your foot's kind of on the gas a little bit, and you have a sense of urgency in practice, no matter how long practice is, which none of them are really very long right now. But I think it's not a science. They're humans, they're kids, they have other stuff going on. And just to be able to find some type of balance between, get in the gym, work on your shot, don't lose your skill set, but keep fresh legs. I mean, it's not a science, and we kind of take every day as it goes and every week as it goes, kind of looking ahead to what the week looks like and try to lighten some of their loads. As far as some that maybe have logged a lot of minutes, kind of look at that a little bit, and you really want to keep the other guys sort of in game mode on practice day. The ones that don't log as many minutes, they have to stay ready, and I think this group has done a great job of that. They enjoy practice for the most part, which makes it fun, and I appreciate how they've approached whatever we've given them. They don't seem to question what the day is going to bring, and I appreciate that about this group.
John?
I can't hear you, Sean.
All right, sorry. You spoke about the physical part, but this time of year can be really tough from a mental standpoint, that you're pretty deep into the season, but you're still not very close to the conference tournament. Your team, in their comments, seem in a great place. Mentally, they seem to be focused on the goal and just excited for every day. What have you seen from that aspect?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they've really managed this really well. I don't necessarily know that we played inspired basketball on Saturday. Credit to Wichita State for the way that they played, but I'm not sure we were inspired. But I think some of it was the week that we had just experienced. I think it was hard for them to get as energized as they needed to be on the road. I think that was sort of a lesson learned that every game, somebody's got to turn it on, and we had a difficult time doing that, which is why I think we have to keep our bench ready. I think and you hate to call them a bench because that's not. I mean, that's really the wrong word. We have to keep everybody ready, and again, they've managed to do that. But it is. This group has been pretty good about just one game at a time, not looking ahead. I mean, I think they were excited to think that the next win was going to be 20 wins. That was a goal for them. So I think that's just one thing we can sort of check off and move to the next. I think it's interesting that, when you look at it, we only have 3 home games left. It's crazy. So we're almost getting to the point, Sean, where there is light. And you're like, okay, there's not much left before we get to the conference tournament. So I would think that maybe another week from now you start to feel another energy of, okay, we're down the stretch here. Let's go.
Jerry?
Yeah, Coach, I wanted to ask in regard to the East Carolina game. Do you see this game as kind of or do you want your players to look at this as kind of a business as usual type game, or would you want them to maybe think about East Carolina as the team that knocked y'all out of the tournament last year, ended your NCAA championship quest? Do you want them to look at it that way, or do you just kind of want to just business as usual?
I don't think I have to say anything about what happened last year. I mean, our team has kept that in their mind all year long since we started working out in June about the disappointment in that. So I'm not sure we have to talk about that. I think we're just really trying to stay in the moment. And Saturday's game was a reflection of you better stay in the moment. Everybody is jockeying for position. You just have to stay within that one game. You can't really talk about, oh, this is what's ahead on Saturday. This is what the week is ahead. This is, there's no point. You have to stay in the moment. You have to take one game at a time. It's a coach speak, and I understand that, but everybody's playing for something right now, and I think that our team got a wake-up call with that on Saturday for sure.
John?
Obviously, much more that you want to accomplish, but 20 wins is an important milestone. When you took this job, the program wasn't anywhere close to achieving 20 wins. What made you think that this was a place that could be achieving the success that you are now?
Probably the people that I've surrounded myself with. I have a really strong faith in the people that I work with every day, and I think that they're very committed, and I knew that. They're talented also. They're talented, they're committed. I did think that we've talked about this a lot, but just, Dr. Campos and the vision that she had for women's athletics being relevant at UTSA, I trusted that she really meant that, and she's allowed me to do my job, and I've appreciated that. And, you're reaping some of the benefits of that across the board. I mean, look at what's going on in women's athletics at UTSA right now. Look at the weekend that we all just had, and it's just super exciting to see where this program is headed. And if you start to think about the practice facility getting built and investments in resources and those types of things, I think the sky's the limit for the program just because of the fruitful recruiting base that we all live in.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. It seems to be a really special group of head coaches. You're all encouraging each other all the time. You all kind of been through a similar thing where you're rebuilding and elevating programs. What is kind of the head coaching community like here?
Oh, it is family oriented. I mean, I think we're all pulling for each other. Yeah, some of us have sort of been in the same boat, so it's easy to give each other advice about okay, this is keep it all in perspective and all of those things. And I think we do try to do that with each other. We support each other. I mean, if I look at the North Texas game, there were so many student athletes and head coaches at that game. I think we talked about that, and that's just a reflection of the top and how we all want to be a family. I think, again, I'm not just speaking about women's athletics. There were men's coaches here. Jeff was here, Pat was here. So I think it's just, I mean, maybe it is a reflection of a couple of things, the reflection of the very top and also a reflection of really from your head football coach. I mean, I think the appreciation that he has for women's athletics it bleeds into all of us. And I think we do feel like a family because of how he, at the top of the coaching tree, so to say, at UTSA, Jeff really makes a point to relate to the women athletes and have a relationship with them and encourage them, and I think it means a lot.
Gary?
Yeah, Coach, again, on East Carolina, wanted to ask, they have looked pretty good here recently. They've won 3 of their last 4. They won their last game on the road. Just wanted to ask you, have you seen enough tape to kind of parse out why you feel like they have started to play better all of a sudden like this?
Well, they have some changing of the guard, so to say, at the guard position. So I think those guys look a lot more comfortable than they did early in the conference season, and they have one of the best players in the conference in Joyner. And I think any time that you bring to the table a team that has a dominant type player like she is, then you have a chance to win every time you step on the court, and that's what they bring. That's what they're bringing into the convo on Wednesday. Records don't mean anything right now. Some people have adjustments. Some started with injuries. Some are fighting for seeding right now. We all are. We're fighting for, a top 4 spot. We're all fighting for something, and I think we all have to understand that as we get down into these last 6 games.
John?
Wednesday's game is a celebration of Black History Month, and there'll be Black History Month T-shirts that your team will be wearing in warm-ups. Why is it important to you and your players that there's a game where you celebrate Black History Month as the game?
It's important, I think, across the board in the country, but in particular in a sport that is represented by so many black athletes in our sport, in women's basketball. You want to give them an opportunity to have a platform and have some recognition of their history, of their past, and obviously of their future. And again, with these guys, these are our present. And I'm always excited to give them an opportunity to be represented and be acknowledged. I think it's important. I think it's not just important in athletics, and it's not just important in women's basketball. It's important across our country right now. And we speak a lot about representation as females, and in particular as they are as black females. I think it's important for them to have a voice and, again, be recognized.
All right, that'll wrap things up. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.